So, it's happening. Prince William has officially cut ties with Harry, and this time it's permanent. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle is facing serious backlash for allegedly copying Princess Diana. From the outfits to body language, even the photo ops. And the Sussex marriage? Yeah, it's starting to look shaky. Let's start with the biggest shocker. Prince William cutting ties with Prince Harry. For good. There was a time when William and Harry weren't just brothers, they were best friends. William was said to be Harry's second father figure after Diana's death, and for years, they moved as a unit, supporting each other through grief, duty, and the intense spotlight of royal life. But now, that bond is gone. In recent weeks, multiple reports have confirmed that Prince William has made the decision to completely cut ties with his younger brother. And this time, it's not just emotional distance. It's formal, deliberate, and permanent. While King Charles has reportedly reopened private communication with Harry, even hosting a peace summit with aides in London earlier this month, William was not invited, not informed, and very clearly not involved.
And it also comes just weeks after Harry openly said in that BBC interview that he really wants to reconcile, that his father isn't speaking to him. And that sent shockwaves around the palace because there was some quite personal details, including the fact that Harry said he didn't know how long his father had left. But at the same time, perhaps it served as that impetus for them to all get together, get in the same room and start saying, how are we going to end this for good? So that was very interesting. It's also been reported that Harry's chief communications secretary, who was at that meeting, then flew back to the US immediately and reported to Harry, obviously just to let him know the tone of how it all went down. But definitely watch this space because there it is. It's very clear that the conversations are at least happening, and maybe this will all set the scene for 2 years down the road when the Invictus Games is on.
According to insiders, this was intentional. William has stepped back from any role in reconciling with Harry, and many believe it's his way of protecting both the monarchy and his own family. The decision reportedly came after years of attempts, quiet calls, third-party mediators, and even personal outreach from mutual friends, all of which led nowhere. William is said to have lost trust after the Oprah interview, the Netflix docuseries, and especially Harry's memoir, Spare, which included deeply personal details about their strained relationship.
And Harry has consistently trashed his family. He's consistently done it for money. He's consistently attacked all of them, from Camilla to the Princess of Wales, not just the King. He's been doing it for years, and I don't think everybody in the palace has short memories, okay? It takes a hell of a lot more than just going on a BBC interview and saying, well, I don't know how much my father has left, I would like to reconcile. We need an apology, okay? We need him to, literally on a bended knee to say, I'm so sorry for everything that I've done, and do it publicly.
But how likely is that? Because Harry always sees himself as the victim. He always sees himself as someone who has done nothing wrong. Things have been done to him. He's not responsible for his actions.
According to royal experts, this latest move is not a pause. It's a statement, and it goes further. Behind the scenes, William is allegedly preparing to strip Harry and Meghan of their HRH titles once he becomes king. Sources close to the palace say he sees this as a necessary step to preserve the credibility of the institution, especially after Harry's recent interviews criticizing royal security policies and the crown's handling of his father's illness. But it's not just Harry who's driving the wedge deeper. Insiders say William has grown increasingly wary of Meghan's public image, especially as she continues to draw comparisons to Diana, both in style and in strategy.
Okay, so Meghan Markle, I have decided, is only and will only ever be the queen of one thing. It's the queen of cosplay, the queen of pretending to be Princess Diana. Because these grim new social media posts of the fake Duchess at Disneyland literally using the same poses as Diana on rides is just a step towards absolute shame.
From the moment Meghan Markle stepped into the royal spotlight, comparisons to Princess Diana were inevitable. The American actress marrying into the British monarchy, the intense media scrutiny, the emotional interviews, It all felt a little too familiar, but over time, those comparisons stopped feeling coincidental and started to look intentional. Let's talk about the outfits. Fans first noticed the similarities at Trooping the Color in 2018. Meghan appeared in a pale pink off-the-shoulder Carolina Herrera dress that looked almost identical to Diana's pink Versace suit worn during her 1995 Argentina tour. Then came the green maternity coat in 2019. The same color, same cut, same vibe as the one Diana wore during her pregnancy with Prince Harry. A fashion nod? Maybe. But it didn't stop there. In early 2025 at the Invictus Games, Meghan stepped out in a gray tweed jacket with a velvet collar, a near-perfect match to a coat Diana wore in 1984. Even the subtle accessories echoed the late princess's signature style. And just a few months ago, Meghan wore a Northwestern University sweatshirt in a casual video at her Montecito home, a striking echo of Diana, who famously wore the exact same one after visiting the campus in 1996. It's not just the fashion, though, it's the body language, too. Royal watchers and behavior experts have pointed out how Meghan kneels to speak to children, gently shushes them during public events, and even tilts her head a certain way during emotional moments. All signature Diana gestures. One psychologist flat out called it a perfect copy of Diana's maternal presence. Most recently, at the Time 100 Summit, Meghan wore a tan silk suit eerily similar to what Diana wore just days before her tragic death.
Body language experts have been weighing in on just how much Meghan embodies the mother-in-law she was never able to meet. The interview Meghan and Prince Harry had with Oprah highlighted a number of these similarities. The most shocking personal story Meghan shared was about her mental health and how she and Harry were treated when they asked for help.
And I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
She admitted to Oprah that when she was joining the royal family, Meghan was under the impression she was also gaining the support of the family. She said in the interview, "I did anything they told me to do. Of course I did, because it was also through the lens of, and will protect you. My regret is believing them when they said I would be protected."
And the accessories? Meghan wore Diana's actual Cartier watch and tennis bracelet, a double tribute or a calculated message? Some say it's a heartfelt homage, others call it cosplay. Is it admiration, imitation, or branding? One thing's for sure, Meghan knows exactly what she's doing. But while Meghan's style may echo Diana's, there's one part of the late princess's story she definitely didn't intend to relive. A crumbling royal marriage, playing out under global scrutiny. For a couple that once stood united against the world, the cracks are becoming harder to ignore. At first, the rumors of divorce were easy to brush off, tabloids doing what tabloids do. But now, the story's changing, and it's getting harder to deny that something serious might be going on behind the scenes. The leak of that meeting felt deliberate, and experts say it's a sign the palace is beginning to lay the groundwork for something bigger. A clean break. Not just between Harry and the firm, but maybe between Harry and Meghan too. Royal insiders suggest the institution is open to welcoming Harry back, but on one condition: Meghan stays out of the picture. The message? If there's going to be a reconciliation, it won't be with both of them, just him, alone.
By the petulant prince that if he is ever to get back on talking terms with his family, he'll have to leave Meghan in America. The British royals can't stand the sight of her. But now even a solo arrangement for Harry is vanishingly unlikely after the extraordinary saga that turned a supposed confidential London meeting into an embarrassing circus. Whoever it was that spilled the beans and spoiled the entire project at the outset, the newspaper coverage of the covert rapprochement summit was remarkably comprehensive. Caught on camera, the arrival by taxi of the Sussex's communications chief officer and head of their California household, Meredith Main.
And maybe Harry's starting to consider it. According to some reports, he's quietly admitted that life in California hasn't turned out the way he hoped. The Hollywood dream, the deals, the distance from his family, it all feels off. He's said to be missing the structure, the tradition, the sense of belonging that came with royal life. even with all its flaws. And with King Charles's health now a concern, the pressure to make things right has only intensified.
Sources have suggested that Harry may end up going back to what he's always known. One source told In Touch, Harry's heart just isn't in this kind of work. The only thing he's really trained to do is be a working member of the royal family. That's what his mother, Princess Diana, did best, and that's where he's always shined.
At the same time, the business side of their brand is also showing signs of stress. Meghan's team has reportedly pitched book ideas about life post-divorce. Netflix is rumored to be negotiating a new deal that factors in a potential separation. Even their public appearances feel calculated, more about image than connection. Still, Harry publicly denies it all. He's joked about being divorced 10 times according to the press, trying to brush it off.
Maybe 10, 12 times. We've apparently divorced maybe 10, 12 times as well. So everyone's just like, what? So yeah, it's hard to keep up with, but that's why you just sort of ignore it.
But when you look past the smiles and sarcasm, something's clearly changed. The warmth between them seems colder. The partnership feels less like a team and more like two people trying to hold up a brand that's no longer on solid ground. And now people are starting to ask the real question. Is this just another rough patch? Or is the palace quietly pulling the strings, helping Harry find his way out? Because if the rumors are true, and Harry is being gently pushed back into the royal fold, Meghan may be watching the story unravel. And this time, she's not in control of the ending. Got something to say? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. See you in the next one.